Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world, you are welcome to the Aviva Stadium in Dublin for this Autumn Nations clash between Ireland and Australia. And they're in their seats, 51,000 of them, as we take a check on the starting lineups for both sides. Porter, Sheehan and Furlong in that front row, Byrne and Ryan in the second row, O'Mahony, Doris and the ever-impressive Josh van der Fleer make up a back row that Ireland really rely on. Jimmy O'Brien moves from fullback to wing. Hansen is on the other wing. Hugo Keenan in the number 15 shirt. Stuart McCluskey, interestingly, continues at 12 despite the availability of Bundy Aki alongside Gary Ringrose. As you see, Crowley is the man to start in 10. Slipper, Parecki and Alan Alatoa, his brother Michael, plays for Leinster. Frost and Neville in the second row. Holloway, Valentini and the evergreen Michael Hooper in the open side. Number 7 jersey, really impressive midfield for me for Australia. Ikitau and Paisami are two men to be watched, and all the control and experience at 9 and 10 with Foley and White. And then the replacements benches. We will see. Well, it's a 23-man game or woman game these days. It ain't just about the 15, and we will see all of them as the game continues. There's Dan Sheehan, one of the Breakthrough Players of the Year nominees that'll be announced by World Rugby on Monday. Slipper and then O'Brien. All the faces in readiness ahead of this final game of the Autumn Nations for Ireland. Not so for Australia. They head off to the Principality Stadium to play Wales, one last game for them before their season comes to a close. There's our referee, Ben O'Keefe of New Zealand. Stuart Terry is the television match official. Welcome to Dublin, to the Aviva Stadium. The Autumn Nations between Ireland and Australia were off and running. Ryle Nugent alongside Fiona Coughlin, the former Ireland women's captain, 85 caps. She will take you through the game. Gibson Park has his foot on it, and Ireland will look to settle into the game. Jack Crowley in at outside half. Jonathan Sexton does not start. And through to take the ball really well is Kellaway, the fullback. White gets his boot on it, and Australia so desperate to get some early points to build their confidence after two disappointing losses, and that's exactly what they'll want. The platform of the scrum inside the Ireland 22.
It's hit him. We're outside.
Worked out well for Australia there. Nick White went for the box kick. He had no winger chasing. It was front row forwards that were chasing up at that, but bounced up well. Back, that was the take from Kellaway
the scrum
off the Gibson Park box kick.
No, mate, it's just bounced into him. It's accidental.
First scrum then
Wait for the call, it's slow.
Evening. Just gone 8 o'clock in the evening local time. Nick White will feed the Australian pack, who have a little bit of a weight advantage, but not really significant.
David, listen up. Guys, pre-engage this side. There's movement coming forward. Keep it set, keep it square, okay? Tell the guys behind you, no movement forward. I don't want connection.
Very clear message for Furlong, Sheehan, Porter, Alatoa, Proecki and Slipper.
Yeah, the impression I got there, he felt that there was pressure coming on from the Irish side, so he's giving them a chance off that as opposed to free kicking them straight off.
Crowd!
Alan Alatoa on this near side up against Andrew Porter. 63rd international cap for Alatoa, and now Australia gets the free. And away goes Valentini, and he is a powerful ball carrier. Ireland are penalised for not being back the required distance. Paisami takes it into contact. White wants to get a hold of it. Doris has to be dealt with first. Away it goes to Nwangani Tawasi, whose name just drips off your tongue if you're from this part of the world. But Mark Nwangani Tawasi got his hands on the ball in his second cap, 22-year-old.
No, so he's not 10 from a free kick. Free kick goes 10 metres forward.
There he is.
Ireland be very disappointed with that in their accuracy around the scrum. They were given a warning that he didn't free kick them straight off, gave them a warning, and again the free kick for the pressure coming on and engagement too early, and then not getting back the 10 metres before the tackle is made. That's Crowley there, probably an eagerness to just make his mark.
Yeah, I advanced it because you went 10.
Furlong with the tackle.
So, Peter, I've had too many people. Let's just keep the chat low. Yeah, we got time. Yeah, just back.
And the referee is rightly going to wait.
Yeah, mate, I'll do that.
Some
so,
proper concern over there.
Yeah. Timer's off. So I had the first one, I had pre-engagement. So I'm seeing a shunt or a shift from your left side coming forward, and then it was just early as well. So just hold that weight and yours will be fine. All I want is that space on the line.
Yeah, just Ireland are looking for some clarity around what the free kicks was for, and it's just
we'll make sure
Ben O'Keefe felt there was pressure coming on the left-hand side, so behind Porter that the pressure was, and he engaged early as a result of it.
Looks like they're going to give Pisami an opportunity, but I'm not sure. It's still working away there. Readying himself is Jordan Pataya. You can see, but it's one of those you feel they're going to strap him up, give him 2 minutes, and eventually he's going to get called ashore.
Yeah, if he's not going to be able to add to the game, he's carrying an injury. He's lame on that already. It looks like they were his knee, his medial or his ACL that they were looking to try and tape up there.
James, see, he's going to continue.
Referee just checking with the captain whether he's going to continue or not. This is really taking the sting out of it from Australia's perspective as well. And no, he's barely able to hold his body weight. It's unfortunate, but that's going to be the end of it for...
Yeah, being subbed.
I say that, he's turned around and gone back again. They need to make a call on this now.
Okay.
And the call is he stays.
Yeah, look,
it
seemed like that was his decision made there,
kick,
but
not 10.
We'll see very quickly whether he's able to stay on. Look, he's hobbling there. He's not going to be any addition to the squad there.
Valetini takes it in. White and Australia off on a rumble, and a really good rumble, 3 metres short of the Irish line. White, opportunity for Australia to get on that board, but Ringrose makes the right read and shuts down the opportunity for just a moment. Valetini, great carry again. Yeah. White once more. They're lining up to take it. One of them is James Slipper, the captain. Ireland up through Sheehan to make the tackle. White will go back the side he just came from. Little darts and a try. What a try. The visitors on the scoreboard. Nick White, they've owned the ball, Australia, for 3.5 minutes, and they've got the reward. There are a couple in the crowd delighted to see that. Australia hit the front.
Yeah, put it upstairs. Okay, so Stu, I'm just coming to your request for a potential neck roll by Australia too. Put it on the screen, we'll make a decision.
Yes.
Oh, Dave Proecki is the man to watch here. A neck roll is what the television match official has asked the referee to have a look at.
Here we go now, Ben. Yeah, it's coming up now. Goal 2, red scrum cap, pulls the man down.
Oh.
Yeah, look, it is around the neck, and it's going to be an Ireland penalty, I would imagine, as a result of it.
The neck, so penalty, so we disallow the try, Stu.
Yes.
Are you happy with that?
I'm happy with that. Back to Ben, please. Back to Ben.
Yeah,
okay, Stu, so we're going to disallow the try, it's no try. We'll contact around the neck, it's a roll. Penalty here.
Really frustrating for Australia.
You talk about discipline, there was no need for him. Josh Lantier was a threat. Parecki was there to clear him out. He didn't need to neck roll him.
Just hold green.
No, Dave Rennie talking about the requirement for discipline, and that was one he didn't need to do, no doubt about it, into the game, as we knew he would come. Is Jordan Pataya for his 24th international cap. Horrid look for Paisami to have to make way. And Ireland get an opportunity to get out of their 22, and they've been there for the 3.5 minutes because of the mistake in terms of fielding the ball from an up and under. Australia have owned the ball, and they've owned the real estate as well.
Probably not the distance that Crowley would have wanted to get on that.
Ireland, who's in? 5.
Dan Sheehan then.
Still down.
Ireland were sloppy last week. The line-out, though, has worked for them. 94% success through the Autumn Nations so far. Good carry from Caelan Doris and Gibson Park, despite some significant attention from Australian players. Gets the kick away. Mwangani Tawasi is the man to claim it, but Ireland in and over, and is it the man in the blue scrum cap once more? Tyg Byrne, 5 turnovers in the Autumn Nations so far. Mark that down as the 6th.
Excellent work from Tyg Byrne, but it came from the height that Gibson Park got on the box kick, the chase that Hansen gave to get the tack down, and then Byrne in and doing what he does best. I called him a ruck destructor last week, but he's just immense in that area. For a tall man who doesn't have a low centre of gravity, to get himself in those positions and get the turnovers, just phenomenal. Just great chase and hit from Hansen. Look at that body position. He just times it perfectly as well.
Yeah, it is. What's the secret of a good jackal? Timing. Sheehan, Ireland getting a little bit of ball now. What can they do with it? Stuart McCluskey will go route 1. Held up by
the ball was up first. They're broken away. Break away.
Referee says it's okay. Gibson Park almost got a face full of gold jersey. Byrne brings it up, not particularly well controlled by Ireland, but it's managed by Sheehan. Little pop off to Andrew Porter, who uses Nick White as a speed bump. O'Mahony, Ala Alatoa makes the tackle. James Ryan, a couple of green jerseys, slow to get up and back on that occasion. Crowley's done well. Ireland into the Australian 22. Gary Ringrose burrows for a yard. Ireland building the phases. Up to 10 now. Australia though have gone after the ball and done really well inside the 22. Away they come with it.
Hit green.
Bided their time very well, Australia. Ireland just didn't get the players into the breakdown. Turnover complete though. It's back with Jimmy O'Brien. Leinsterman winning his 3rd international cap, sets Hansen free. Hansen, couple over there, one of them is Frost. Australia just about hold on. Tom Wright was the one who come across from his wing.
Green, you're off, get back.
White, and they're going to take it through a couple of phases and try and find a decent angle to clear from.
Okay, use it.
Kick complete. Ireland will get the throw to the line out.
That was a bit helter-skelter, had a bit of everything, some brilliant Irish attack, but then they just get isolated, and Hooper again, another magician at the breakdown. Then they kick loosely. Jimmy O'Brien, look what he can do. He's just slotted so well into international level.
Guys,
Mac Hansen probably didn't have a huge amount of options there.
Let's go.
He would have been tackled into touch if he didn't get that ball away.
Green, stay back.
Well, the line-out is Ireland's attacking weapon of choice. So many of their tries and everything they create comes from that line-out. McCluskey is absolutely smashed back. Ala Alatoa, one of those there to make the tackle.
Using your hands.
And then
right here, it's 2.
There's an infringement. Was it Ala Alatoa? Was it Proecki?
I think it was Proecki with his hands trying to play the ball.
Peter, Captain, let's have one word, please. The ball's at the front of the line out. I'd like you guys to come in. Yeah. Tell the numbers as well if you're going to head that huddle.
Sorry, do we not give numbers now?
No, just, continue to do that.
Okay.
But if the ball's at the front, come in. James, they're going to give you the numbers, and I'm going to get them to come in from their huddle from the line out, okay?
Yeah, O'Keefe doesn't want any time wasting around the line out there. He just wants to get them in and up. So Ireland had given the numbers, but he just feels they're too slow after the huddle getting in.
So then,
If his hand's on the ball, and if
the
ball's
baby
out,
face of Jack Crowley sets up his first opportunity of the evening. Different gravy playing in full of a full stadium on a Saturday night against Australia than making your debut against Fiji off the bench. And then you add in the pressure of the goal kicking. That will do the nerves.
Get the comms going,
That
guys.
will do the nerves, no harm at all.
Get spaced in it.
Yeah, look, he showed everything, all the qualities of being a top player at under 20 level, but as you said, stepping up then to senior. First of all, provincial Munster, he settled in there seamlessly, and now the step up to starting an international game and against Australia, it's huge, but settle the nerves, but his pack need to really give him quality ball going forward.
Stuart McCluskey feeling the pain of Al Alatoa. Really good take from Pitaya as Ireland misjudged the restart, and the substitute winger did really well to get there for Australia. Ireland will get the penalty at the breakdown. It's another penalty.
5, foul play, around the neck.
5 is Caden Neville.
Yeah, mate, foul play is around the neck. If we can sort that out, we've sorted out all the tackles. It's very clear around the neck.
That's a third penalty from Australia.
Yeah, two when they're offensive on the ball, like, you know, they have to try and stamp it out, and it's discipline. I just question about training, what way they train. Are they let away with that at training that it then transfers into on the pitch?
Good kick out of hand from Crowley. Here was the restart. Pitaya in around the back. Thank you very much. He won't thank his pack for that around the neck, and well, Tyke Furlong definitely did a little bit of WWE on it, you feel, to draw attention to the fact.
I think the referee had it anyway, but he just wanted to make sure.
Space is good now.
4 penalties, I stand corrected. Tyke Byrne up and down for Gibson Park and Crowley. McCluskey thought about the pop, held on.
Release him!
Hooper goes after it. That one is popped back. Terrific work again from Hooper at the breakdown. White sees Ireland dragged up and tries to find some grass in behind Jimmy O'Brien. Pops up nicely for him.
Wait!
And into touch we go. Advantage Australia.
Speed of the line-up ball here is outstanding. Ireland then look to hit the gain line with McCluskey. He's just a huge ball carrier, but has the silky skills as well when needed.
Crowley, sorry Fiona, straight onto that one. Gibson Park, Australia are now dragged up, so it's Ireland's turn to try and find some space in behind. Pitaya took a long time, lucky to get that away as Tyke Byrne's significant frame was bearing down on him. Overthrow. Well, maybe read by Crowley rather than an overthrow. It was going to the back for an Australian. Here's Dan Sheehan. Remarkable to think he made his debut only this time last year in the autumn series. Byrne. Porter is in. Australia look to stop Ireland's maul. No doubt they'll have worked hard knowing that Ireland's maul is a significant option, and they did well to disrupt there. McCluskey with Icky Tau. Gibson Park, one for Hansen to chase, one to turn Australia, and nothing Wright can do about that except watch it into touch.
We all right?
No, back will come.
Great vision by Gibson Park there to see that the space was in behind, and just good execution as well.
2 in the vicinity. Space
Michael
green.
Hooper must be every scrum half's nightmare.
He's phenomenal. I think Australia play to a different level when he's on the pitch.
No question about it. Knocked by Ireland, and was Ireland and Tyke Byrne specifically guilty of hitting an Australian player in the air. Nick White, the man in question. Referee.
Time off.
Let's see. Ireland got a hand up. Nick White, well, he was in the air. Slipper down with an injury. That's why we have that. And there's a case there, Fiona.
Yeah, look, it's 100% a penalty, whether it's anything more.
So I'm just going to go to a
Nope,
just
absolutely.
Restart. All right, okay. You're going to restart with the penalty for the tackle in the air there.
Referee
There is a tackle
now
in the air. There's nothing, it's just a penalty.
deciding
Just
that
gonna
it is
restart
a
with the
penalty. That hadn't been decided prior to this.
Okay, we're going to restart with the penalty for a tackle in the air. Everyone ready? Just wait. Ireland,
I think that's just the TMO sweep and probably brought it to his
in
attention.
the air.
Chance for Foley to relieve a bit of the pressure. 14 minutes in, Ireland lead it by 3 points to 0. If you're joining us late, headline news, Jonathan Sexton doesn't start for Ireland, Jack Crowley does, and Australia lose their inside centre Hunter
Yeah, but
Paisami to an injury in the first 2 minutes, and
Okay, good space.
Jordan Pataya is in for him. Taken by Neville at the front. Now Foley had a little bit of time. That's a really high hanging one for Hansen to deal with, which he does. Nwanganitoasi was the first to arrive.
Goal! Yep, good work. Back now. Don't leave the 9, leave the 9. Yep.
Gibson Park, Porter, Valentini and Alalatoa there to make the
No,
tackle.
backwards. Balls out, yes,
Australia
balls
making
out.
life difficult for Ireland at
Outside.
the breakdown. There's no easy ball. Hansen waits and does well. And then the cavalry arrive
Advantage
and
high.
Foley is knocked backwards, but there is a high
Give me
tackle in
advantage, high
there.
tackle.
An advantage being played to Australia. White, nice hands. Valentini just can't get away from the tackle, who was made by Tyg Furlong.
No
So we'll go
advantage.
back for the
And then
penalty.
clean out, high contact. The same as what Australia's been doing. It's around the neck.
High tackle, consistency from the referee. Couple against Australia, now one
Only
against
an
Ireland.
injury Or a try.
Yeah, Australia putting a huge amount of pressure on Ireland's breakdown. Ireland are presenting it very well, but that's coming from the pressure of the hit, that they're not getting time on the ground to present it as well, and then the cavalry arrives and put more pressure on the Irish players trying to ruck out.
Yeah, no question. Peter O'Mahony.
Step down, Ireland. Let them come in.
Another viewing, you
Bring
can
that,
see
bring it
that
down.
more might have come from that. Proecki, nicely done at the front, but Ireland alive to it. Gibson Park
Yep.
makes that rib-tingling tackle, taken on by
Tackle
Holloway.
now, roll.
Caelan Doris gets out of the way. Midfield, Ikitau. White looking for
There it
quick
is,
ball.
balls out.
Ball almost beats him.
Advantage, knock
Caelan
on.
Doris gets there.
Knock on,
Vander
Andy.
Flair picks it up and runs into Nick Frost, who wrestles him to the ground. Hansen blocked down, but it's not going to count.
Advantage, knock on.
Jed Holloway will have to come back. Australia will have to come back. Two big men there. But we'll go back for the first knock forward, and Hansen breathes a mighty sigh of relief.
Good work from Australia, changing it up in the line out. Ireland read it well though, but again, Doris really lively to that on Nick White, forces the knock on, cleaned up really well by Josh van der Flair. And you said it there, Hansen is delighted that they're going back to the knock on.
Okay, we've got a scrum here, Ireland.
Ireland need to be squeaky clean here and ensure that Tyke Byrne holds that pressure that's going on Porter on
Okay,
this
Ireland, you've had
left-hand
your
side.
message about the space and the pre-engagement. Wait for the call.
There's the brace on the leg of Hunter Paisami. End of his day, no doubt. End of his tour, likely.
Crouch! Bind! That's it!
This one has sort of stuttered through the
Keep it
first
up.
quarter. There have been moments, but not many from both sides. Crowley
Contact's
with
good.
Hooper at his bootlaces. Australia keep the ball in hand. Really good work from Wright.
No, never on the ball.
Nick White sets it up. Good carry from Nick Frost. Blasts a couple of green jerseys away. Foley, little dink in behind as Ireland came running up.
Play on, play on.
Keenan
play
did
on.
unbelievably well to readjust there. Tyburn. Valentini
No hands, leave him. No,
there to
don't
make the
touch him.
tackle along
You're
with
off.
Kellaway.
Sit back.
Hansen, McCluskey, line speed from Australia, commitment in the tackle from Hooper again. Ireland not able to get any sort of forward momentum. This time it's Holloway on O'Mahony.
Okay, use it! No, yep.
And it forces Gibson Park to the air. O'Brien and Pitaya, and Doris somehow scoops it up with that big right hand of his.
Where?
Referee has had a call from his
So
AOR
inside offside. 8,
on
offside.
the far
Where is it, Terrell?
side.
8 green offside at the ruck. Moving forward.
There you go. Clear decision
Shot.
from Ben O'Keefe. Clear
Shot
decision
field.
as well from
Grab the line.
the Australian captain, James Slipper, who points from a long way away at the posts. And
Guys,
Foley
give me the name, give me the
will
colour.
have an
Okay, really good
opportunity
comms.
to draw us level.
Yeah, they have to take their points here.
Bernard,
You know, I suppose
10,
their line
text
and maul
section
probably
on
wouldn't
15.
be as strong as Ireland's is, so they have to take their points. They've been up here probably too long, coming away with nothing, so it is important. You spoke there about their tour. I think a 5-match tour at this
boys,
end of the
talk to what you're
season is
saying.
a bit adventurous, I suppose. You know, particularly with players that they've been missing through injury already, and now they've shipped a few more on the tour. So it is a tough task to go away 5-match tour at the end of a season.
Keep an eye on just how much pressure Australia are putting on Jamison Gibson Park at the back of every breakdown that Ireland get a hold of the ball. Hooper in particular, they're just niggling away. Is exactly what they need to do as Foley lines it up. And that's one you'll want to forget.
22.
That was ugly. Pure and simple ugly.
Kind of snatched at it, no follow through on it.
No, he took out the sand wedge when he needed the 7-iron.
My golfing is not good enough to know
Here
what
comes.
that stands for, but
Okay, all behind.
Crowd won a little bit, urging Ireland on as Crowley hammers it downfield and watching and waiting and gathering his right to Valentini, who trucks it up. Ireland meet him in numbers. James
Tackle
Ryan,
there.
Kellen Doris there.
No, leave him. You're out.
White around the corner. Very intricate from Australia, but it wasn't
Advantage.
effective
13, not rolling.
because Ireland have the ball. But there's a penalty against an Irish player in all that. Gary
Straight off your
Ringrose.
feet. Not clearing. Huh? Not clearing.
He's making the point that he actually intercepted it and therefore it was okay, but referee not interested. Bernard Foley will ping this one down the line and give Australia good field position. Penalties are mounting on both sides.
yeah, the ball is there in Ringrose's hands.
Yeah, but when it goes in as a contest, referee saying he's not rolling away.
I think he's harshly been done like that, to be fair to Ringrose. He ran that defensively really well. He came up on the outside, cut off any of Australia's options, and then got his hands in on the ball.
Australia were guilty of giving away 4 early penalties.
On the ball.
Ireland have caught them up. Here is Valentini from the line out from a penalty. Australia
No,
have
he's
it.
fine.
White, one out runners. Slipper the next up. McCluskey makes the tackle. Hooper secures the
Ball's
ball.
available.
White goes again down the short side. Callaway.
Tackle!
Nowhere to go. Greenwall to meet him. Slipper met by Porter.
Where is he?
There it is for White once more. Alatoa. Strong defending from Ireland. And it's their turn to make a tricky, dirty ball from the breakdown for Australia. Better now for Nick White. Straightened the line, did Tom Wright.
No, lost now, lost!
Caelan Doris using all his power to try and unlock the ball. Valentini, nice hands. Australia might have an opportunity here. Ball just didn't go to hand. Nwangani Tawasi
Okay.
was away. Just couldn't get the pass away. Terrific from the Waratahs man. Made his debut last weekend. A real purposeful
Guys, water as well,
incision here.
water.
Yeah, great hands from Valentini there and work off as a wing. You know, Australia are really clever. They suck Ireland in with those one-out runners and then they inject the pace. Good work by Gary Ringrose to get in on that. I'm not sure if he got a hand to knock it on.
Oh,
If you are, but don't lean on it.
I think he might. I think he might have got it. He did.
I'm not sure about that one there, but
He got a hand in there, and Mark Nwangani Tawasi, very clear. Change for Australia in the front row. Dave Proecki's been removed for a HIA, which means in his place will come Fatinga. Foul out Fatinga, the Brumbies hooker. You feel Australia, after 24 minutes, will be the happier of the two sides.
Yeah, certainly. I think they've put huge pressure on Ireland's breakdown. Ireland haven't been able to get into their quick ruck ball that they like to play off and get their phase and momentum play off that. And what are the stats there? I think territory-wise, we've been in Ireland's half more. Australia are unlucky to have no points on the board. And this should be their scrum if the TMO came in with that intervention to say that Gary Ringrose had actually knocked it on.
Well, Dave Proecki is still in there.
okay, so are we? What's happening? Is he going off? HIA? HIA?
This is
Okay.
twice now there's been
Let's get him off.
indecision.
We get someone else on. Let's keep going.
Yes. Decision is
Jimmy,
made
stand in front.
2
hold them
minutes
until
ago.
we're ready. Guys, we're not going to restart till we're set and ready, and
Anyway.
everyone's off.
right decision is made.
Just
Proecki
wait.
makes way. Fatinga is
Guys,
in.
time's off. We're
And
waiting till
Ireland
everyone's
have
off.
defensive line-out work to do.
Okay,
Face
time on.
of James Ryan. 48 international caps. Sheehan for Ryan. Gibson Park and Caelan Doris, and Fenga is the one to meet him along with Valentini.
Okay, green in front, wait! Yep.
Jordan Pitaya. And now Tom Rice back to where he came from. Pitaya's got pace to burn, almost away. Sheehan was the one to finish the tackle that O'Mahony started. White back again, probing the short side. Fainga. Pitaya's lost a boot and slipped at the vital moment, taken on by Alatoa. Again, decent line speed from Ireland. Used the 22 as the marker for the carries. Fainga
Yep.
and White. Slipper getting through some amount of work in this opening half hour. White once more on from Hooper to Valentini.
No, rock!
Australia now build the phases. Can they execute inside this Irish 22? Foley almost got away. Not much out there for Australia. Lots of green jerseys, not that many goals. Good carry from Neville. Good tackling from Ireland. Alatoa Sheehan gets around his bootlaces. Nick White, lovely pop back inside, but Nwangani Toasi was cutting two.
Oh, he's hit you. Clean's
White
good.
once more. Here he is again. "15 phases, but that 22 still very much in sight." Ireland were up really quickly, maybe too quickly. Referee and his assistants keep their arms by their sides. White again, Valentini. 17 phases of hard carrying and hard defending. Can anyone bring a bit of subtlety? Another pick and another go. Nwangani Toasi, the man on that occasion. Good pass from White. Really good. Lovely hands from Ikitau to Valentini. Ireland alive. Hansen did extremely well defensively. Ringrose there as well. 21 phases. Made about 4 meters in that 21 phases, and now Ireland go after it. And in the meeting of two heavyweight efforts, Ireland get the victory on points.
Another nick roll. Okay, so come here, please. So my TMO is coming in and clearly seeing nick rolls that we're trying to get rid of the game. It's the third one against your team now. Please talk to him so that we can get rid of it.
And they're not on.
Yep.
But we need to clean the ruck up because we're trying to play footy.
Yep.
They're lying around the ball, causing the neck roll.
Understand the nick rolls are taking our focus away from the game. If you can sort that out, we can sort everything else.
They're lying on that ball.
James?
Okay.
Please?
Yep.
Where is it?
Look, regardless of Ireland are lining the ball, that's up to the referee to sort out. You don't go in with a neck roll to try and sort that problem out. But what defence from Ireland. That has to give them a huge boost. That pass from Nick White was outstanding, and this offload was quality.
Which player?
Well read again by Gary Ringrose.
Goal 13 around the neck.
Goal 13 is the neck roll from Ikitau on Mac Hansen.
Time off.
There he is.
Terrell, I just need you to make the decision.
Australia have been the ones who've controlled the ball. Ireland have been doing the tackling.
Yep.
At the tackles made, 91 against 40. That tells a tale.
It was outstanding defence. It was really measured, controlled. It was get a hit, not overcommit to the defensive ruck, spread out and have their line integrity to go again.
Change is going to come for Ireland, and it's significant in that it is a debut for Joe McCarthy, wearing number 19 for Ireland. I say that. He's come all the way out, and James Ryan has said, "Back you go, pup, back you go." Not yet.
Okay, time back on, penalty around the neck, 13 goals.
That doesn't qualify as a cap.
I thought once the paperwork is done, but...
I'll get you up.
I'm sure he'll get his opportunity later in the game.
No doubt about that, but Ryan restored to full health.
Who's in? How many?
As we head towards the half-hour mark.
5.
You have a feeling McCarthy and the lads will have a moment on that later on. Right now, it's Sheehan, O'Mahony, Van der Fleer. Van der Fleer, of course, along with Johnny Sexton, Antoine Dupont, Lugano, the nominees for the World Player of the Year. Here's Ringrose, Hugo Keenan, Jimmy O'Brien.
Hold on.
That one is over the head of Rice. Crowd scream forward. Great feat, great work. Nwangani Toasi, but the penalty comes after that, and then there's a little bit.
Stop. Stop.
That's the reason I was stuck.
Go back 10.
Yeah, I was blocked.
Go back 10.
He steps into me.
Hey, talk to your captain. James, bring your captain. Peter.
Yeah, Doris is claiming that he was blocked there to get in for the tackle.
There's a little lecture coming, I think.
So guys, we're trying to get this game of rugby going. We've had multiple high tackles, contact around the neck by Australia, and now Ireland as well, okay? If we have that again, if we get something around the neck, it's going to be a yellow card, okay? Talk to your players. I want to be able to sort this game out as well, but we can't do it. We've got constant foul play.
Absolutely.
Both understand?
Yep.
Talk to them now, talk to them now.
Two very reasonable captains.
Look, in fairness to O'Keefe, he's consistent on that. He's looking for it. He has assistant referees and TMOs looking for it. So anyone who's going to infringe on it, they're going to get pinged for it.
Yeah, Caelan Doris on right.
Yeah, look,
Tom
he
McGon.
was marginally blocked by Hooper and had to check back in a step and was high, but it was certainly around the neck.
Just be aware of that message now, Stu. You know what the next step is. Nice and clear.
Yeah, referee Ben O'Keefe there talking to his team of officials. He's very clear. Next one goes. Fayenga.
Advantage!
Advantage being
Jumping
played to
across,
Australia. Yeah,
number
jumping
5.
across, and
Penalty
Australia not
advantage.
able to get the ball back to ground.
Got a
So
penalty advantage.
they have a free play here. Foley, wonderful pass. Really good from him to right. And then goes Nwangani Tabase. White. Ireland up so quickly, putting the pressure on and turning the ball over. But
Advantage! 5, jumping
we'll go
across the line
back
out.
for the original penalty. That was all okay. The line out was
a
not.
5 before.
Yeah, James Ryan going to cross the line out. But what an
Number
attack
5,
from Australia, getting the
Jumping
space out
across the line
wide.
out offside.
Nwangani Tuasi has some pace on him. He's from a sevens background. He played the Commonwealth Games. He is electric, and he's been busy as well. He's looked to come off his wing. You just hear James Ryan gets pushed across by his lifters.
Did so well to get rid of Ringrose before he took it on.
Great line speed from Ireland, though, to get up and put Australia under pressure.
15-10.
Bar Australia's attack of those 21 phases, there hasn't been a huge amount of momentum on either sides of attack. It's been very stop-start.
Sure has, and that early try that wasn't from Nick White, you feel might have opened up the game.
Okay,
Since
start
then, a
down,
lot of
Green.
injuries, a lot of penalties for neck rolls and defences cancelling each other out. It's all added up to a 30 minutes that feels pretty unsatisfying in terms of entertainment value. I'm questioning the commitment. Hooper, White, Valentini. Doris, the one to make the tackle. Crowley trying to get out of there, and Nicky Tao doing a really good job of making sure he didn't. Australia get the penalty. Out wide, it's Frost.
Come back!
Doesn't have the pace, but does have the power to drag Australia into the Irish
that
22.
Martin
James
coming back.
Slipper. White, Foley, cross field. Remember, Australia playing with advantage. Who's going to get after this one? Gathered by Australia. It's with
Tackle!
Petaya. The work done by Nwangani Tuasi. And here he is again. White.
Challenge over!
Advantage over, says the referee. Still there for Australia. Set up,
Balls out.
on they go. Probing both sides, looking to see if they can find a way. Van der Fleer goes after the ball, but he's off his feet and has to leave it alone. White once more, then Frost transferred,
Advantage
but
to lock
knocked
on.
on. And
Challenge
Furlong
over!
works it downfield, and Gibson Park goes after it, but it's that man again, Nwangani Tabasi, who gets a hold of it, flicks it on. Porter,
It's out!
and now White. Ball was
Ball
out,
was
says the
out!
referee.
No connection!
Ireland
Release!
okay.
Let him go! Advantage!
And now advantage to Australia because they didn't let go of the tackler.
Backwards! Backwards!
Fayenga. It's all a bit frantic. Holloway Hooper. And back for the
No
penalty
clear
will
release.
come.
Just play it here.
Yeah, I think it was Porter who didn't release. What a kick from Ty Furlong, though.
Yep. No clear release. You've already slowed it down.
He was probably hoping it would have went a bit more towards the touchline, but big boot from him.
There's a little discussion in the midfield. As Foley has a chat with his captain as to what's the best option here. Down the line over on that far side is the decision. Hansen
Peter, we just need to
not
clean
able to
up
do
the
anything
side of the
about
rush,
it.
okay? I know players are falling if they're not having a fit, they're having penalised, but now starting to slow the ball down, okay?
So then, Australia, well, they've been here before. 3 minutes and 51 seconds they've spent in Ireland's 22. Ireland, by contrast, 17 seconds in Australia's 22. Australia need to find some points for all that time, but they won't on this occasion because Ireland have got up and they've spoiled it, and they have the ball.
Okay, you're off. 16, you're off. 16, you're off. Out now.
Fainga, by the way, will
No,
be
use your
staying
feet.
permanently.
Once it's
Dave
available.
Proecki failed
No,
his HIA.
use it now. Yes.
Gibson Park,
Over.
and away it goes.
Super work by James Ryan to get up here and disrupt Australia's ball. Knock on there by Frost onto the Irish side.
Oh, I don't know. James Ryan looked like he got a knock first.
I'll control that.
The referee and assistant happy that it was all perfectly fine. So now outside the 22, Fainga, and down from Holloway and around the corner from White to Valentini. Australia build again. Need to find a little bit of finesse, something subtle to unlock what has been a pretty
Tackle!
rock-solid Irish defensive
No,
effort.
no, don't touch.
Back inside to Slipper. White again. Valentini, Van der Fleer around his
Yeah, thank
ankles.
you. He's in the rock.
White ran into Andrew Porter, which is never advisable.
It's fine, it's fine.
Slipper again. Australia pull it back and then a little dink through, but that's going to beat everybody out to touch.
As soon as you lift it, it's okay.
Yeah, look, they had to try
Let them
something
go
different.
forward.
They weren't getting through that Irish defence. They weren't running around the Irish defence, so it was trying to get something
Time
in
off.
behind the Irish defence.
Sorry, no, I'll do the same for you. Time's off.
Probably right decision, poor execution that it went into touch there
Yeah,
from
another
Kellaway.
Yeah, no, come in. Yeah, so I'm really clear on watching. I'll tell you what he's saying. As long as they're in the ruck, just 1 minute. I'll come to you soon. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I think they are. With the one that I'm playing. As soon as you lift, he goes for the arm of the ball. Now he takes the risk if he knocks the ball forward. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, but then go forward now.
Australia will obviously be happy with having so much possession and territory, but not having anything on the board. It's not a good return going in if they go in at half-time when it stays like this.
Just leave it up to you.
Ireland on the flip side, their defence has been absolutely outstanding.
We're working really hard. Yeah.
Plenty of time for the players to form little committees and decide what's going to happen for the last 4 minutes of this first half. Ireland, of course, trying to do something they've never done before, that is beat Australia, New Zealand, South Africa and Argentina all in the same calendar year. And in doing
Let's get
so,
the water off.
well, they would
Time's still
equal
off. Time's still
the
off.
best home record that Ireland have ever had, which would be 12 home wins on the bounce, last done back in November 16 to November 18. Valentini is the man that we're all waiting for. There he is. He is some powerful ball carrier, is Rob Valentini. Just 24 years of age, feels like he's been around for a while already.
And he's a go-to for Australia on all their attacks. You see him rampaging up through the middle of the park, looking to take out that Irish 10 midfield defence.
Is there to be a try either way before the break? Gibson Park and Ireland will have to do it from all the way back there. Caelan Doris will carry. Was that Hooper taking a bang to the head? I think it was.
Front, stop!
Jimmy O'Brien's kick was not particularly pretty. Hooper very slow to get back on his feet. There he is.
Yeah, Jimmy O'Brien didn't connect with that very well. Set up this carry from Doris, huge against Hooper.
Yeah, and as he hit the ground there.
Okay, so we're going to come upstairs for you on this one, Stu. So you've asked me to come upstairs to check another neck roll, so put on the big screen, please.
It's coming up
We'll have a
now.
look.
16 gold on green 7.
Okay.
16 goals is Fainga, the substitute hooker. There he is. And that's the man who's on trial.
16 gold, comes into the contact, grabs the neck, shifts 7.
Okay. 16. James, it's around the neck. He moves the body. I've already given him a warning about multiple neck rolls, so it's a yellow card.
Well, no surprise. Just going back to your point earlier about being allowed to do that in training, by my count, that's at least 4 neck rolls they've been pinged for in the first half.
And they were spoken to about it. They were told the next one they would be going off. I know Fanga's only come on as a sub, but he would have seen what was going on. And then to be there and do it, like, it comes back to ruck technique, getting your body in, your angle in, and clear out. And if it's not a clear out that you're able to do legally, well, then don't do it.
Time on. Henry, around the neck.
Young Crowley really hasn't had much in terms of pattern for Ireland in this first half to make any sort of significant impression. Hasn't done anything wrong, but he hasn't lit it up either.
Ireland haven't had a huge amount of ball for him to see what he's able to attack.
On the line.
You know, and that's going to come down to that ruck, securing quick ruck ball that he's able to attack on the front foot and play flat to the line, that he does like to play flat on that gain line.
Can Ireland find something with 2.5 minutes left in the first half? They go to the maul and they have the ball. And that in itself is something. They've played a lot of this half without it. That was that poor pass to McCluskey, which meant he had to readjust. Now Jimmy O'Brien has Keenan outside him, goes past him, Hansen on the angle. Ireland keep the ball alive. Hooper says, not through me you won't, but a good pass from Hansen to get it away. Furlong, good feet in midfield. James Ryan taken down by Holloway. Gibson Park, narrow side, Ringrose to McCluskey. McCluskey drags a couple of gold jerseys into the Australian 22. Ireland building for the first time in a long time. Advantage being played, and Ireland will get the penalty. And with 14, do you take the 3? Do you go to the corner, former captain?
Based on Ireland's line-out maul and how successful it's been, I would be definitely going to the corner.
And Crowley and the crowd are in sync with the decision. Big moment, you feel?
Yeah, just before half-time. Speak about just before and just after half-time, how they're so important in terms of getting a score up. And this Ireland have been in here, what, 17 seconds is all they've been in this 22.
The story of this first half has been Australia inside or around the Irish 22 and not able to convert. Here are Ireland inside the final minute of the first half with a rare opportunity to convert, and Sheehan is held up. The ball will be there though for Gibson Park. Needs to watch his left foot. Australia desperate to hold out.
Green 9's out.
Green 9 is out.
Gold line out. Green 9 stepped out.
Gibson Park not 100% aware of where that touchline was.
Yeah.
We saw them do this move against South Africa and get the try. This one watched and managed by Australia.
Yeah, it was probably a bit looser than they would have liked, and Dan Sheehan was left on his own as opposed to being the centre of them all, as Josh van der Fleer was when they scored that try against South Africa.
Let's go, guys.
They like to use the momentum of Australia, pushing them towards the touchline. They like to use that as a weapon going forward, but they were just a little bit too loose that time.
10 metres.
This likely to be the last action of the first half, presuming Australia can control their own ball, which they do with a little variation on the line out. Nick White has a look behind him and says, we'll take it to the sheds. But with a little nudge from Andrew Porter along the way, and now it bubbles up just a little. Half the players disinterested and make their way down the tunnel, and the rest will follow. We'll just see it here. Nick White, unnecessary from Porter, but it all settled down. It's been spicy, it's been physical, it's been played between the two 22s by and large, and we haven't had massive entertainment, but that will surely come in the second half. Half-time, Ireland 3, Australia 0. Ireland back out to the Aviva Stadium, and having a little look over the ledge here as the Irish team run out. No changes, no obvious changes to the Irish 15. As Australia, well, they'll start with 14. Remember, Fainga will be in the sin bin for a good part of the start of this second half. Got about 8 minutes left on that, and the only change that comes out again is number 23, Jordan Petaya, who came in for Paisami at the start of the game, really after 2.5 minutes. So then, 15 against 14 for the start of this second half. Statistics thrown at every game these days. The biggest one, 141 tackles for Ireland in that first half, just 51 for Australia. It tells you the story. The second half of the final game of the Autumn Nations Series for Ireland at the Aviva Stadium for 2022 is underway, and Australia, well, they'll be frustrated. All that ball, number of opportunities deep inside the Irish 22, no points to show for it.
Okay, go in front, wait for them.
Downfield it goes. Crowley waits, watches, gathers, and fires it off to Gary Ringrose, who'll be looking to get Ireland firing an attack in this second half. Crowley has had precious little opportunity to run the attacking lines for Ireland at 10. Here's Jimmy O'Brien. Ireland with some early possession. Van der Fleer and Hooper.
Don't hold him there, don't hold him.
Gibson Park, Crowley again. Here's Tyke Furlong. Delayed the pass beautifully. Keenan thought about getting it away. White couldn't get his hands on it. Crowley again brings it to the line. McCluskey back on the angle. Ireland showing more in the opening minute and 10 seconds of this second half than they did with ball in hand for large parts of that first half. Gibson Park, Crowley and Hansen watched well and defended well by Australia. Slow ball, but legal, says the referee, as Australia got a hand into that breakdown to get it away, and away comes Tom Wright. Australia just doing enough as Ireland were threatening.
Okay, Gold in front, wait for your winger.
And Foley completes the exit.
Great clearance there by Foley, but again it was Hooper who was in over that Irish ball just as they were looking to build through those phases. Ireland thought the numbers there. Ooh.
Okay, Wallabies, just on the line, just off.
I'm not sure if that was a full
Who's in green?
release there when he was in on the assist, but it doesn't matter, the referee allowed him.
6.
Absolutely, he's going to play what's in front of him, and well, he should come with a license and a health warning if you're playing against him, because he really is
Back.
on his game, just fantastic. Ringrose, Crowley and O'Brien washed well and dealt with just by Kellaway. He needed to. Sheehan on the charge, nice pass to Tyke Furlong, who steps out of the first tackle, pirouettes and goes to ground. Crowley, better from Ireland. Ringrose, little show,
Falling,
but
play on.
no one fell for it. Here's McCluskey. The tackle was from Frost. Here's Sheehan again. Put his foot on the brake, readjusts, get Ireland going forward again. Gibson Park holds on to it. Big tackle a la Latoa. Tyke Burns slow to get to his feet over on the far side in the blue scrum cap.
Okay.
Valentini's in there, but Byrne able to get back and fire the ball out. Here's Crowley, McCluskey, and better from Ireland. O'Mahony tries to stay on his feet. The tackle again from Kellaway. Hansen is called back.
Sorry.
It's knocked forward.
No, the player clearly fell. I had no foul play there.
But better from Ireland.
Much better. We're seeing the
Good enough
Irish
on
forwards
pace,
come into it a little bit more. Tyke Furlong with a lovely touch ball out the back. Dan Sheehan with some lovely dancing feet, breaking through, and that offload was outstanding. That's what Ireland are going to need, is their forwards to take on the ball, get those gain line carriers, get quick ruck ball, and look to set the backs free then. Great footwork from Dan Sheehan. What a year he's had. First cap last year, now up for Breakthrough Player of the Year. He really took his opportunity from when Kelleher got
We're
injured.
going to go uncontested these scrums. Okay, we have to.
Big carry here by Peter O'Mahony and just knocked out his hand as he was falling.
I think you're going to bring on someone for your hooker, but because the yellow card was fifth foul play, you'll also lose one more. Okay, so you'll go to 13 for the duration of the yellow card that's left over. I think it might be 2 or 3 minutes, so not long. That's what we're going to sort out now. So that's why we've got time off. So everyone understands green. We're going to uncontested this next scrum, Peter. Okay, we're just sorting out who's coming on.
Yeah, the first time we saw this was Ireland, Italy in the Six Nations, and everyone was a bit confused about what was going on, and we've seen it a few times since. But because there's been an injury and then a card to Australia, they have to drop a player. They're doubly penalised for that situation, and it's uncontested scrums.
Yeah, you know, it is part of the game. It is a law, but it feels like it's a law in this instance as it was in Italy.
Okay, I believe it might be 23 and 8. Who's 23?
It feels like a double punishment feels wrong. So we now have Australia down to 13 purely because the injury and the sin binning are to a positional player rather than for an active foul play.
Just listen, like, obviously
yeah,
safety.
I think it was ultimately brought in because there was a bit of skullduggery going on within. I'm not sure it was at elite level, probably lower levels down, but the laws are there and they're consistent throughout rugby. And I suppose people thought the small chance that something like this would happen and did happen, that it wouldn't make a difference, but it has made a huge difference in games in the last 2 years.
So Tupu comes in to the front row.
You need to have 8 in the scrum.
And they need to have 8 in the scrum as well, remember. Valentini's been taken out for Tupu, and the man who sacrificed is Petaya. So, uncontested scrums, Australia must have 8 in it.
On the ball.
And they're down to 13 players. And that will last for the remainder of the sin binning, which, as you can see, is about 2.25 minutes.
Inside. Hold gold. How long do we have on the yellow card, guys? Sideline, how long do we have? 2 minutes.
Dan Sheehan. This is a real opportunity for Ireland.
This is what Ireland need to be ruthless. 13 players. They're up against 13 players to not think that the space is going to be out there. It is out there, but to make sure that they work enough moves to have that Australia don't defend it easily.
Mission 1 completed. Secure possession. James Ryan, Van der Fleer, and now in the breadbasket of Sheehan. Gibson Park down the narrow side, not Hansen there. Back inside it goes, but that was really good defensive work by Bernard Foley. He held off that tackle until he had to make it, and Hansen was running out of room. Good work defensively from Australia.
Step down, Green, Ireland.
Yeah, Ireland tried to use the maul to suck in a few more Australian defences. The blinds probably wasn't the right option, more space out, but as I said, they have to work that space as well. But Foley was waiting to use the touchline as an extra defender.
And of course they have no hooker to throw, and Michael Hooper's asked to do the job, and he wasn't practicing that during the week.
It's all good. Pete, you didn't hear the whistle.
And it's crooked
Yeah.
as they try to come up with something a little bit different to secure possession, and now Ireland have the ball. That was ugly, really ugly, and he knows it.
Yeah, Australia have stayed on the ground a few times and just thrown to the front like that, but when you've non-specialists there, it is a tough ask regardless of how good a player they are.
So same thing again. All right, keep that weight, safety. Number 8 can pick.
I suppose Ireland probably could have gone for the scrum also in the first half in this situation. Probably would have happened at the end, as opposed to when you were asking me to go for a post or a line out. Scrum probably would have been a good option to put them down to 13 for a longer period of time.
Okay, let's go.
So with the clock ticking on the yellow card, this is the last opportunity for Ireland. 15 against 13. Australia have 8. Sucked into that scrum. Gibson Park immediately to Hansen. Back inside, Gibson Park. Did he get it away? If he did, Hansen has pulled off a beauty. The TMO will decide. Down the blind side Ireland went. Immediately the pass went from Gibson Park to Hansen. We will go to the TMO. Hansen sucked in the Australian defenders, and was he able to get the ball away without a foot in touch? No, he wasn't.
Just look at all the angle, just make sure he hasn't released it first.
Great to get his arm free, but he was in touch when the ball was released.
No try. Camera's coming back to you now.
Yeah.
So that's twice now they've gone down the blind side and Hansen has been forced into touch.
Back on me. There's no try. Foot's in touch. Line out to goal. Time off.
So Andy Farrell was very critical.
Time off. Simbin's over.
As indeed were his team, about their execution in certain situations last week. That in some ways is a continuation of that, because really 15 against 13 in that sort of circumstance with the ball you got to score.
Yeah, now it's back to 50, back to full complement. The card is over. You know, there's a couple of areas he would have been. 7 penalties in the first half, running into touch twice like that. You're down. Like, it's about being ruthless and putting a nail in the coffin. And Ireland didn't do it last week against Fiji, and they certainly haven't done it here at the start of the second half.
And conversely, Dave Rennie in Australia will come away from that little chapter and feel
Green, hold here.
They dodged one. And that'll give them confidence. Still a 3-point game as we head towards the end of the 7th minute of this second half.
Hold. Hey, look. Don't be in front.
Changing lanes.
Time off.
Nick
2
White
down.
is down. Tyg Byrne is down.
Yeah, just I don't know what picture that they saw to call that move down the blind side. There was defence there, and they weren't going to be able to cover it. Wouldn't it have been better to strike up the middle and not allow Australia work around to the open side where there would be space, because there's not players out there defending.
I think I'll put away the stats for the most points scored in a test match between these two.
Yeah, it hasn't lived up to what I expected it to be when you saw the two sides that were put out there. I know Sexton was obviously a huge loss for Ireland, but it hasn't been anything Crowley has done or hasn't done that it hasn't lived up to those expectations.
Jake Gordon is
we're just having a sub for 9. He's going off HIA.
going to come in, HIA for Nick White. Gordon in to win 19th cap.
Okay. Time's on.
He's a feisty little so-and-so White, isn't he? He really is all business and action. Yeah, decent game to this point. Maybe we'll see him back. Sheehan around the corner. Valentini can't stop him. Needs a little bit of help from his friends. Valentini slow to get up as well. Caelan Doris carries for Ireland.
Tackle now.
O'Mahony drags him forward.
Yeah,
Gibson
out,
Park
play on.
knocked it backwards, says the referee. Furlong forced to hoover it up. Gibson Park, Andrew Porter. Slipper couldn't get to him. McCluskey, Ringrose. Really strong defence from Australia on this occasion. And Australia get the turnover ball, and
Ball's
that
up first.
is one for the defensive effort.
Yeah, I
He's
thought
on
Gary
first.
Ringrose had his knee on the ground, but Ben O'Keefe, I didn't hear him shout maul, maybe he did, but
Look like an,
scrum down
Time up
Australia.
we will be looking at
Now,
Okay.
there his knee was down, so it just depends on the timing and whether a maul was called or not, but a win for Australia on that.
So they're replacing him as well.
Looks like Valentini's not going to be able to continue,
He's actually the captain.
which is a big loss.
Yeah, I know. You're good at it.
Yeah, as I said earlier, he was their go-to ball carrier,
Yep, sub's coming on.
gets gain line momentum each time.
Yep.
Samu will come in.
Okay. So
Not
coming
exactly a bad replacement
up,
to
coming
have.
upstairs. Stu, you have potential foul play. You want me to check something?
Yes, please.
The tackle on green 2.
Yes, please.
Put it on the screen. I'll have a look at it for you.
Right, we're going to
We've
the
got another
TMO
TMO
again.
referral for foul play.
This when Valentini hurt himself, head on head.
So you've got 2 carrying the ball in, 8 upright, clash of heads.
I see contact with the ball.
Yeah, look, that's going to be a card. He was
I don't
never
even really
low.
see, like, head contact. So maybe, but the ball stops everything. So guys, I'm not. Okay, yes, we do maybe have a bit of head contact, but I'm not entering the foul play process. I don't believe that there isn't a foul play there. Hey? Yeah.
Yeah, I think the referee's pretty much the same, that he doesn't want stop start. That player's now gone off, but I've seen this being called a yellow card. You know, going in,
So-
there's not a huge amount of force, speed.
Stu, I just need you to confirm. So, do we have head contact, guys? Back. Do we have head contact?
We do have head contact.
Okay, so for me, we do have head contact, so we do have foul play. The player's upright. The danger's very low for me. Okay, there's no mitigation, so I'm just at penalty. So it'll be a penalty on the mark. Okay, cool, Stu. So we do have foul play. There's contact. You've shown me that. However, the danger's very low, so it'll just be a penalty on the mark.
Agreed.
Okay, where's the mark?
Yeah,
Can we get that for you now?
it took
Just
a
a
little
penalty.
time to get there.
Just head contact. Here's gone off. There's no card involved there at all.
Yeah, it's chest first.
Yeah, very low danger.
It took time to get there. You can understand
On the
why the
right-hand
referee
side. Over this side.
saw it as a rugby
Okay.
collision rather
Cool.
than any particularly great. But this is the issue. This is the issue around consistency,
Thanks,
because
Stu.
either there are rules around head contact
Guys,
or there aren't.
Dangerous
and-
contact, just a
And
penalty.
that's
Just
a bit
like
from the players and from the fans' perspective. That's tricky on occasions. I know what Ben O'Keefe was trying to do there,
yeah,
but the truth
time on.
is, penalty is probably the right call.
No, probably is. I think when an official review comes in from a TMO, he has to go through the process and he has to go through is there mitigation and all that. You know,
Okay,
there's
good
100%
space.
head
What
on
are your
it. The
numbers?
fact there's no force, he's not
6.
coming from speed. Penalties, probably fair enough, and the fact that player has gone off anyway.
Another significant moment in this game, you feel, as Ireland go in search of the first try of the game.
It's going backwards, it's
Nearly
one!
9 minutes into the second half of this test. McCluskey, Van der Flair,
Tackle!
Hooper tries to strip the ball yet again. Not on this occasion. Gibson Park, Caelan Doris, the gold wall closes and
It's a
they
good
throw
counter!
bodies in. And have they turned it
There it
over?
is.
It's there to
Counter's
be
good.
won. And Australia again It's been a game
Go through,
of
number one on the
defensive
side.
wins, and
The high most
Australia
has gone past you
chalk
and you
another
cover
one
up.
up.
It started with their defence off the maul. They split Ireland's maul, but they didn't get that go forward after the first stop. Then they get in. I thought maybe there was an Australian body over the ball, but it didn't matter. They burst through, got numbers in and counter-rucked, and Ireland kept a hand on the ball.
You're working, boys. Yeah. Six
Ireland are
green.
going to make a change.
Six green sub.
Peter
Does
O'Mahony
it happen, is it?
is going to make way, and Jack
good.
Conan
Keep going.
is going to come in. Not bad to have the Lions number 8 for 3 tests on your bench.
That's one! No! No! Lead out! Out!
Conan told to get away, so his first involvement
Okay,
is
the
giving
next
away a
stoppage.
penalty. That's a nice little game
Down by
from the
goal!
maul
Down by
for
goal! Leave it there, guys. Balls away.
Australia.
Balls away.
Gordon.
Counter's good. Counter's good.
Them go in
Good
after it.
counter.
They were too slow. Australia guilty of a cheap turnover. Can Ireland take advantage? Crowley and then Keenan and McHanson. And Hansen finds a little gap, and Ireland go through the gears. Here's Conan looking for some support. Crowley is there. Good hands to Porter, good tackle from Holloway. Slower ball. Crowley
Barnage not gone.
knocked forward by Ireland, and away
Barnage over.
comes Gordon, and Australia's advantage from the knock-on is gone, but they've taken advantage and they pin Ireland back. Good kick from Wright. Good work from Australia, and Ireland guilty again of having an opportunity, having created it at this breakdown, not being able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, again, it was the counter-ruck. Nick White taking too long, or sorry, taking too long. Gordon taking too long to organise his forwards. Mac Hansen spots a half gap. Ireland are then slow, and they get the turnover.
James Ryan, by the way, is Ireland's captain. Sexton started the day as captain. Didn't start. O'Mahony takes over, and then with O'Mahony gone, it's Ryan. Gibson Park, Crowley, who's seen a bit more in this second half. Keenan goes after it, but knocks it forward, but he was taken out in the air.
You're offside there. You're offside, but no advantage to the original knock-on.
No, he wasn't, unless the TMO gets
Okay, so we're
involved.
back to full scrums. Yeah. Ireland. Peter. Huh?
He was certainly in the air.
Oh, are you 5? You're captain. Are you 5? Yeah. You're a captain. Okay. So back to full scrums. Okay. So full contest. Back to the original call. Okay. Australia back to full scrums. Yeah. Subs.
Changes for Australia. Alatoa is going to come out. And
Full scrum. Yeah.
Tupu is going to come in, and in comes the, well, significant presence of Will Skelton. And out goes Neville.
Okay, guys. We're back to full scrums. Wait for the call. Stability.
There he is, Will
Wait
Skelton.
for the ball to be in.
Plays his club rugby, of course, with La Rochelle and Roman O'Gara.
Keep the weight, Ireland.
Been
Keep
a
the weight.
nightmare in some of these Irish players'
Oh, yeah.
heads again when playing against Leinster,
Crouch.
when he was playing for Saracens, and then
5.
obviously La Rochelle more recently.
6.
Gordon feeds. Ireland trying to get a wiggle on that scrum, but Australia clear it out of there pretty quickly. That's good work through the hands
15.
of Ikitau, and then Foley in behind, but really that
Yeah,
kick
so
didn't give anyone a chance to chase in a meaningful way, and gives possession to Ireland on their own 22.
That's a good scrum.
It's been kind of a frustrating game to watch. It just hasn't
Yeah, I'll come over that
fizzled
side.
the way we thought it might.
Just no flow. We haven't seen any real
just take a step once you've got it.
momentum or continued phase attack, phase play from any team. And that probably, the kick, I actually think he meant that he wants to play a territorial game and turn Ireland and keep them pinned back down here.
Sorry, Midak, what's...
Bundyaki
We're okay?
is back in business after serving a couple of
Okay,
weeks
Tom's
for
going to go back on.
indiscretion
Outside.
for
Look at outside.
A high tackle for Connacht in a United Rugby Championship game a couple of weeks ago. He will enter the fray momentarily. Conan at the front of the Irish line out.
Okay, advantage.
Advantage being played to Australia, not forward. And Australia, you feel, as every minute ticks by, are gaining more and more in confidence. And Ireland are beginning to look at each other.
Okay, time off, 12 green.
Yeah, great work there by Cross to get up and put pressure on Ireland. Yeah, Australia will be gaining confidence, but still there's a 0 on beside their name up there. And 53 minutes into the game, they've had more possession, they've had more territory with nothing to show for it.
Having said that, there's only a 3 beside the green one.
Well, that is very true.
Spines and they're bind up. That's all I'm looking for.
Yeah, I think Stuart McCluskey would be a bit disappointed coming off there. You know, obviously he showed up well against Fiji and the first couple of minutes that he had against South Africa as well, but I'm sure he would have liked to seen more in attack today. We saw him carry a few times. Defensively he was solid, but probably not at full tilt. We haven't seen him at full tilt, but that's because the Irish attack hasn't been at full tilt.
Good Australian scrum. Then away comes Samu, and now it's there. And Faenga, well, he's knocked it forward, but we'll go back for the original advantage, and everybody needs to stop. And no, there's going to be a little bit of extras.
Get up!
All
get up! Hey,
unnecessary.
guys, please get up! Everyone, get up! Slow it down, guys. There's bodies on everyone. So let's just get up slowly. Let's just, hey, Will, guys. Let's just all get up. We're okay.
Again, this just takes more time, delays more time within the game. We had a 55-minute first half.
Okay, guys, we've got a serious injury, so we're going to have a lot of time here.
Let's see if we can see what happened. No question about the
So
pressure that Australia got on Ireland there. The advantage came, and let's see if we can see what happened to put. Just the leg just buckled underneath him.
Yes, looks like his calf. His knee could be gone.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Australia did a good job on Ireland's scrum there. Ireland ended up being angled in, and all the power was going straight through from Australia.
Well, Australia are going to bring back in Alan Alalatoa. And I see Nick White, there he is, right-hand side. He went off for a HIA, which means he's clearly past it, and he's back. And he'll give a little pat to Gordon, and he'll make way. Sad sight. It's a couple of significant injuries for Australia in this game. End of the season, body just that little bit more brittle. And they, of course, have another game on the road. In fact, both these teams' next opposition is Wales. The difference is Australia head to the Principality next week. Ireland will open their Six Nations against Wales in the Principality. First weekend in February.
I have great scrum process, and we watch it everything. He's getting injured. So we're just going to spend time. So have you guys got something else?
I would like to see a little bit more Tupou on. He had a really good rugby championship for Australia.
Okay, Green, we're restarting with a penalty. There's no advantage from it. Time back on.
Right then, we will resume. And the decision
Reset
is
angle,
shot at goal.
Blinker off at the scrum.
So then, Bernard Foley will get an opportunity to atone
Andrew.
for what was, well, the butchering of
One.
an opportunity
Stay a few
in the
steps.
first
Thanks.
half. Not a dissimilar sort of position. A little closer in, maybe. "55 minutes with a duck beside their name. Australia look to open their account. That's what faces Foley, and that is more like it. 3 points apiece at the Aviva.
Not the try-fest I thought we were going to see. Let's hope for the next 25 minutes we'll have something.
Forget try fest, try will do. Crowd encouraging Ireland on. Crowley gets it up in the air, and Australia will claim possession through Frost. Nick White, and Australia get the penalty, and it's just a
It was up, you made the maul.
easy
Play went
exit.
round, made the maul, you're on this side, and you've collapsed the maul.
Tell you what, Australia have done really well. They've sucked the life out of this crowd. Ireland haven't helped with the performance, but it is, well, it feels like a neutral venue right now.
Yeah, so Hansen, he said that Hansen went around and started them all, and that's why Byrne was penalised for dragging it down. I don't think Byrne was
How
aware
many
that
goals?
Hansen had started them all. I'm not sure what that was communicated.
Shortened line out for Australia. Playing guard. There's been all sorts of variations from Australia. The line out going into this game only had a 84% success rate. It's done okay in this game
That's
so
your own
far.
player, that's your own player.
Up in the air it goes from Foley. And it's won,
Good contest.
and won really well. Over on that far side, was it right? We'll double check. I think it was right. Nick White, James Slipper, Ireland up really quickly. Jack
Okay,
Conan
off your feet now.
goes after it, and he's told to leave it alone, and does. Skelton will gather a few bodies and carry them with him
Tackle!
for a yard or six.
Hold here, hold. No, step out. No, because you're leaning on him.
All very slow, deliberate, and obvious from Australia so far in this passage of play. Morgan Itoasi tries to get them going. Pitaya is the next to carry. Crowley
Balls out,
throwing
play on.
his body in there. Not afraid to do the dirty work. Nick White will go to the air. Outside the 22, it'll drop.
It
And
runs
it'll
on.
drop into an Irish hand. Crowley down the middle of the park. Gibson Park's going after this one. Wright needs to be careful. Cool and calm he is. Players get to him,
Where's the ball?
and Australia secure possession. Really well done by Wright. Who was that to, Nick White? Well, it found a man, and that man is Kellaway, and he's done well to get Australia back up outside their 10-metre line. Foley saw some green grass down there and finds it. Keenan will let it bobble up.
Okay, green, wait.
And we're playing foot tennis. Fainga'a and Australia's line out, 10-metre line, taken by Holloway.
That's one.
Big hooker in at the back, and they'll try and nudge it forward for
Okay, don't change. Use
a
it
couple
now.
of metres.
Use it now. No, you're not fully bound. Don't
Porter.
come round.
Eyes on the ball. White won't let that phase him. Takes a couple of
Golden
steps and
front.
feeds it to Foley.
Hold on.
That wasn't part of the playbook. Jimmy O'Brien
Advantage knock on.
knocks it forward.
Advantage over.
Australia with advantage. And that one will sort of limp out. And it'll get the throw into the line out. O'Brien, plenty of time at full-back. Normally really good in the air. Not on that occasion.
Hold him, Trot.
Yeah, look, his third cap and probably the first major mistake that he's made in those 3 caps.
Full start in the first half for the first cap of Joe McCarthy. He gets it now. Won't take that away from him. Tyke Byrne is the man to depart.
Guys, time's off. We have another
And
sub.
there's going to be a change for Australia, and in
Who's coming
again will come Gordon, but this time
Who came off for 21?
it'll be in the backfield
Yep, time on.
because Kellaway is not able to continue. So it means that Gordon, the substitute scrum half, will go to the wing, the right wing. Wright will go to full back, and Nwangani Toase will continue on his wing. Bundyaki with the carry, Gibson Park with the kick. Australia have plenty of time.
Okay, wait for goal coming through. Yep.
Ooh, that was an awkward one, but Gibson Park has it.
Inside, green. Yep.
Foley, Gibson Park. Hansen comes forward. Hansen is the latest
knock on?
Irishman to knock it. Well,
No,
did he
sure.
knock it forward?
Nothing
Referee
clear.
and assistant don't think so.
Yeah, ball was out.
Australia continue to put the pressure on Ireland at every breakdown. Skelton's frame comes shooting across, but Ireland controlled the ball. Crowley does well to get it away to Ringrose. Bit of space for Bundyaki, but he cuts back inside. Crowley once more. Boot to ball, not particularly convincingly. This is a contest that's won really well by Nwangani Toase, and then Skelton.
Was a release, and he went back on the ball. Holding on.
That last 2 minutes or so is a snapshot of where this game has been. Not particularly effective either way.
Yeah, the breakdown's an absolute complete mess. You know, some of it illegal, getting away with it, bodies all over the place. They need more accuracy and presentation of the ball and then clearing out over the ball. I think Ireland be disappointed in the last time when Bundyaki stepped back inside. There was a huge amount of space in the backfield. I know he's not a kicker, but someone else needed to spot that and see the space in the backfield.
Ireland going to make a change in the front row as you watch the athleticism of Nwangani Toase and the bulk of Will Skelton. That change in the front row is Finlay Beelum. There he is.
Play on.
In for Tyke Furlong.
That last turnover for Doris was absolutely outstanding. You talk about Byrne and Hooper, but that was just textbook.
Just made a sub for 9.
The pocket dynamo that is Craig Casey. There he is in at scrum half for Jamison Gibson Park for Ireland. Inside the final quarter, Ireland had the platform. Australia have won their line out. And the air is let out of the
use
tires
it! No!
of the Aviva
I'll let
once
you know
again.
if it is. Step here, step, you're off.
Hansen comes forward and Hansen gathers. Casey, he'll bring pace. Crowley, lovely hands from McCarthy, the second row. Conan straightens the line, Beelum is there. Casey almost falls into the breakdown, but adjusts well. Crowley, and then Aki, almost looking for the contact, sucks in a couple of players. Crowley, better from Ireland. Ringrose, O'Brien, in behind he goes, but the kick is red and dealt with by Rice. Where's the ball? It's there for Australia, but Conan wraps up Frost and sends him back into his 22. Credit to the second row, he controlled the ball. Australia still have it.
Like
And White, crossfield kick. This isn't going to find touch. Gary Ringrose gathers. Keenan was there in support. Ireland have the ball. Casey, Crowley, Porter and O'Brien. Skelton smashes him. And the ball is not forward.
Green's lost it forward into gold, and it's come back.
Yeah, great read by Skelton, and
No, it went
O'Brien
forward
was
into
looking
goal.
to get his hands
And
free
then backwards.
in that contact zone, and
body.
that's just when the ball went on forward. Great take here from Gary Ringrose. Taken in the air. That should have been a penalty to Ireland.
So it's exactly how you got the penalty in the first half. We're going back for the penalty. It's contact in the air.
Referee has seen it now, and as you suggested, a penalty is forthcoming. And referee Ben O'Keefe explaining to Australia, you
Tackle
got
in
one
the
in
air,
the first
same as
half
the
for
Wallabies in the
exactly the
first
same
half.
thing.
Yeah, it's the same as the one you got down there as well.
Some of Ireland's build-up play there was excellent. You see the four, we saw Joe McCarthy, his first touch in international rugby, taking the ball to the line and popping it out the back door. Porter similar as well. But just Ireland's accuracy and efficiency around the contact, when the contact is made, is really poor, and they'll be really frustrated with themselves. After last week, Fiji, which was a poor performance by their levels, and I just don't think they've raised it up another level.
Crowd raised their voice. Now it feels like a home game for Ireland. Every one of these little battles Australia has won. But now it's Doris on the charge. Caelan Doris sets it up. Casey is there. High tackle against Australia. Advantage to Ireland. They have a free play. McCarthy tries to score on debut. He's held up. Ryan pulls the gold jersey away. Advantage being played. Another advantage. Doris, who started it all, is stopped on that occasion. Van der Fleer in the red scrum cap will pick and go. Two Australians waiting to meet him. Tempo gone for the moment. Patience required from Ireland now. Australia committed to the defensive effort.
No, lost!
As close as Ireland have been in 65 and a half minutes. Beelum just inches short now.
Don't use your hands.
Another big man, another big push from Ireland.
Still short.
Australia doing enough.
Still got penalty advantage.
Just
Short there again.
and again. Casey, advantage is there. He is there. And Ireland have a try. They kept on knocking, and eventually the door opens. The crowd on their feet. Aki back with a bang.
Yeah, it comes off a brilliant line out, a dummy maul at the back, and Doris, what a huge carry from him. And then Ireland just go work through the phases, resource the work. Keep it really simple, pick and go, and then that's quality pass from Casey out to Bundy Aki. Great body position, low and driving over the line. Didn't see that grounded myself personally, but the referee was on the spot.
Yeah, there were a couple of Australians there, and I think the first effort they repelled, but Aki wrestled it away and was able to ground the ball, and the conversion is good, and Crowley turns 5 into 7 and Ireland turn 3 into 10.
Again, it's Ireland line-out that does the damage. That's where they launch off. It was the work that was done at the back by sucking in that Australian defence with the dummy maul that created the space for Doris to carry that ball through the Australian defence.
9th international try for Bundy Aki. Now, what have Australia got in the locker?
Yes.
minutes or so.
Inside. Inside.
Downfield, good kick from Casey.
Yeah.
Real battle in the scrum half pecking order. You feel behind Jamison Gibson Park right now. Casey's there, Conor Murray is there. And a couple of others as well. I think of John Cooney up in Ulster, Caelan Blade and Kieran Marmion down in Connacht. There's plenty to pick from for Ireland right now. Sheehan goes after it, having released
There it
the
is.
tackler. The ball should be there. Finlay Beelan gives it away.
Off and roll out. Okay.
Constant picture all that.
Yeah, there's embarrassment to riches in scrum half and back row in Ireland. You know, Luke McGrath as well has been consistently good for Leinster.
Absolutely.
And then young Doak coming through up at Ulster is putting pressure on. But again, it's that 10 position that being questioned. Who's the second? Who's the next in line?
To the back of a shortened line out. Hooper comes away with it, and then Skelton is asked to carry, and Doris and Crowley are skittled away, and Van der Fleer and Ryan eventually drag the big man down. But only after Australia have got really good go-forward ball. Pataya, Skelton, nice hands from the big man to bring some runners outside him into play. Australia building and bubbling nicely here. White along the line looking to see if there's a weak shoulder. Wright carries it into contact. Ireland have gone after it, but they've gone after it illegally. Advantage to Australia. Free play. Where to from here? They have men, you know. They have men. One of them is Pataya. Straight back.
Yeah, good work, Jimmy. All over there.
65 minutes awaiting. Two buses come along in 5. Australia are on the board. Ireland 10, Australia 8. Super try.
Yeah, they get into that position with
Way to
Skelton.
grounding.
You know, Crowley does well as a speed bump to start and tries to get them down, but Skelton keeps going. It was 5 afterwards, and James Ryan comes across and makes the tackle to get him down. Bundy at key, his decision making around that ruck probably
On the 5, sorry.
shouldn't have gone into it when it wasn't clear that he was going to win it, and then brilliant work by Australia here. Now when Kwasi, I can't even pronounce his name so quickly, and Pataya just goes in beautifully over the line.
You know, for a big man, the skill set there from the pass from Skelton to Samu was sublime after he'd done all the hard yards. It sucked in so many Ireland defenders. Advantage being played. They had the free play, and when they went wide, there were numbers there. Pataya had 2 more outside him if he needed them. This to tie it up. Ball really good, brought back in beautifully by Foley. We're all square at the Aviva inside the final 10 minutes. It's 10 apiece. Ireland ring the changes. Ross Byrne will come in for Crowley as you watch Pataya, who had Ikitau outside him, and also Gordon. Didn't need either of them. There is Ross Byrne in to take over from Crowley. Cian Healy is in as well, and he takes over from Andrew Porter.
Okay, Green, you're off. Out now, you're off.
Rob
Out.
Herring in
Don't
at hooker
contest. Don't contest.
to take over from
Okay,
Dan
use it,
Sheehan.
9. I'll let you know.
Already had one draw today, haven't we? England against New Zealand.
These guys are on.
And now
Barners, knock on.
we have it all tied up at the Aviva.
Knock on only.
Can anyone find the winning moment? Ross Byrne.
Knock on. Back to the scrum.
Couple of bodies slow to get back on their feet here. Slipper, one of them. And we'll come back for a scrum. Irish ball.
Green scrum, knock on.
Yeah, it's good to see Ross Byrne attacking the line like that. I suppose previously he would have been thought of someone who'd just steer the ship and sit back in the pocket and play a territory game. So it's good to see him come in and attack the line the way Ireland like to play on that gain line.
The other side.
Looking to force when those passing channels were kind of blocked, but that's an eagerness to keep the ball alive and
the
try and
balance,
keep
keep
momentum
props.
in their attack, because Ireland know how dangerous they can
Nice
be
and
in
square.
attack.
Wait for the call.
Come on, boys.
There's Cian Healy digging in for test cap 121.
Yeah, guys, just calm down. Time off. We'll reset when we're ready. Got to have weight, eh? Got to be steady. I'm just giving a message. No, you're not balanced, okay? Steady and square, steady and square. We'll be fine. Gap's up to you guys. Gap's up to you guys. Your ball.
Let's go, Rob! Let's go, Churchy! Let's go, Al!
Keep that weight.
Let's go, Leo!
Time back on. Crouch! Bind!
Crowd looking to show a little bit of influence on this again. Last time they got on their feet, Ireland found a way to
Both down, reset.
deliver a try. But
Time
we're
off.
going to get a reset on this scrum.
Yeah, referees just looking for stability. We haven't had a huge amount of scrums in the game,
Guys,
but they
remember,
have been
we
stop-start
can
when we
have a
have had
contest when
them.
the ball's in. Height from both of you. Time will go back on when we're ready. Let's go.
He had a decent
Come back
day in
in.
the
Let's
office
sit.
in that second half to young Crowley alongside Sheehan there.
Time on. In Manchester City, okay? Crouch! Bind! Sit! And half.
In it goes from Craig Casey, Caelan Doris, and everything collapsed in front of him, but referee says play on. Mac Hansen or Ross Byrne pass out to Keenan, who somehow gets it away, and O'Brien.
Angle straight across.
And we're going to go back. We're going to go back. Penalty called by the AR on this near side. Penalty Ireland.
Straight across.
And I think that penalty is against Ala
The side, straight
Alatoa.
across angle.
Ross
Shot ball.
Byrne has said, in a game this tight, with an opportunity like this, I'm going to have a kick and go.
Yeah, definitely the right decision. The way the game has ebbed and flowed, and you know, I think Andy Farrar went into this game and talking about the win and how important the win was. Yeah, it was Al Alatoa on the other side. Like, for a player that wasn't in the match day squad to come in and take this by control and just go for it and back himself. Like he does it week in, week out for Leinster.
"20 seconds. 20.
Ross Byrne, very clear, he's on the clock. This may or may not be for the game, but it's a heck of an effort and a heck of a result either way for Ross Byrne and Ireland. 13 points to 10
One goal.
inside the final 4 minutes.
What composure with the referee shouting at you, only 20 seconds left. He doesn't change his focus, he keeps his focus
Come on.
and slots it over. That was
Big,
a
yeah, big moment.
tough kick, big moment, and he nailed it.
And like you say, not even in the thinking at the beginning of the week, and now he may
Careful.
be the match winner for Ireland. Still Australia, you feel, will get another shout at this. Taken by the
Tackle!
ever-impressive Rice,
Skip
who's
here!
had a really good game in the backfield for Australia, whether that being on the wing or as a makeshift fullback as well.
Into himself. Into himself.
once
Play
more.
on.
Pitaya,
Green.
his try levelled it all up.
No.
White once more. Or is that what
Pass
I'll
into.
Onto it comes Foley. Australia found a
No,
little
release.
gap.
He got up. Release. Release.
Ireland warned to leave it alone, and they have left it alone. Australia now working just outside the Irish 22. Samu into contact.
Advantage!
An advantage being played to Australia. Back with Foley, crossfield kick. Who's going to win this? One bite. Now we're going to Tawasi.
Penalty advantage.
Super effort from the winger to get up there. It's kicked through. But
No
we won't
advantage. Wrong
play
side,
on.
not rolling.
We'll go back. And Australia have the penalty. And Foley will have the opportunity to tie this one up.
I think it was Joe McCarthy who gave away that penalty.
Wow. Well, for a game that didn't really offer a huge amount for 65 minutes, the last 15 have been entertaining.
And it could still go
99%
anyway.
sure that you threw it in there to try and contrive a penalty. You're lucky the penalty is against you. I'm 99% sure. That's why I didn't give it.
that was back to the ruck where Nick quite threw the ball at Jack Conan.
Oh, there's a big call and a brave call from Australia.
Good space,
down the line.
good space.
It's an all or nothing call right
Green,
now.
come down, Ireland.
Foley and Australia go to the corner. Thanga and the line out, and they have secured possession.
It's one.
Ireland lock them all down. Australia
penalty.
Edging towards the line, but they can't. They can't find a way.
In the front, entering. 21 gold. This side, entering.
Penalty, Ireland. 21 goals is Jake Gordon.
21.
That's what happens when Backstrom mauls ahead of the ball.
Well, you'll get an opportunity surely on replay to show that Fiona Ross Byrne will bang this one into touch, and that may well be the last opportunity Australia will get.
Yeah, look, it was a brave call to go for the line out. They had to. Ireland try and get up with James Ryan. Brilliant take there by Frost. Ireland defended initially well. They're controlling it. Pataya joins it perfectly behind.
It was before that. It was Frost who had joined before Pataya. That's where the penalty came. Referee and assistant very clear, but Australia ain't done yet. Don't write this one off. It's there for Nick White. Ireland just had to claim their own line-out, a line-out that has functioned so well the whole way through this Autumn Nations. But Australia have robbed it. We're in the red. It's a final opportunity. Van der Fleer makes the tackle. White has a little look around. Foley is staying flat. Drop it goal, not in his mind right now. Rob Herring comes in, and Rob Herring has done enough. It's dispatched to touch by Casey. And Ireland and everyone at the Viva breathes a mighty sigh of relief. The Australians drop to their knees. They had the opportunity, and it was taken away. Ireland have won it by 3.
What a finish to a game. Look, for 65 minutes, it was a bit of a nothing much in it, and then for Ireland to sneak the win at the end with that huge kick from Ross Byrne. It wasn't a classic by any means. Ireland will be absolutely delighted with the win and certain elements of their game. Australia will be hugely disappointed. They were in that throughout. They could have won it there with that last line out.
Caelan Doris is the Bank of Ireland player of the match, and he will take that accolade, and Ireland will take that win and move on. For Australia, well, it's a heartbreaking third defeat on the bounce. In Europe, they've lost to France, to Italy, and now to Ireland at the Aviva. The full-time score, Ireland 13, Australia 10.